Okay, this video is, there's only 2 health options. I've been away for about 2 weeks. My computer was broke, but I'm back. So, up until about 35 years of age, everybody looks good, but after that, you start having significantly less reserve capacity to fix yourself from bad health habits. For example, you got less endothelial nitric oxide vasodilator, you have less endothelial precursor cells, you've got less immune system function. So you really should get your health act together, especially by 50. Definitely by 50, you're going to be sick. Okay, but the sooner the better. By 40, by 35, ideally, or sooner. So anyways, there's 2 ways you can go. You can either have good habits, low fat, low sodium, vegan diet, preferably organic only, get your sleep and whatnot. And persons who do that, they tend to be really healthy. They don't have any problems with the Johnson typically. They're not taking any pills, 0 pills, okay? I'm 58, I have 0 health problems, 0 pills. Everything works pretty well, okay? No surgeries. You don't need to operate on a healthy, skinny, low-fat vegan, all right? They typically die in average. If they do everything right, they can expect to probably live an average of about 90 years of age based on the Loma Linda longevity studies. Okay. Now, persons who eat the meat, oil, processed food, and this, by the way, is the vast majority of Americans, they end up on a bunch of pills, then they get chopped up for surgeries, open heart surgery, buzzsaw through the sternum, prostate cancer, prostatectomy, and it goes on and on. Gallbladder, cholecystectomy, appendectomy, diverticulosis, sigmoidectomy, etc., cancer surgery, etc. So, you don't want to go down that route. If you understand what's going on, it's pretty obvious that's not the best choice. Okay, I gotta get this slide to work here. Okay, there we go. Gotta get used to my new computer setup. All right, so after 50 years old, low-fat vegan men, they spend their time begging their wife for sex, shoveling snow, walking the dog, reading books. Typical healthy older man. All right, hobbies for the high-fat guy. Like I said, their cholesterol and triglycerides are high, get pills for that. Hypertension, pills for that. Makes them impotent, pill for that. Diabetes, they got to stick themselves with needles multiple times per day, kind of annoying. Then it gets worse. Now they're on injections of insulin. Continuous glucose monitor, breaks or gets infected. Just constant nagging problems that detract from their life. Also, take their money. They're going to end up very high risk of ending up bankrupt. In poverty. Bowel problems just cause daily annoyances, make it hard to be productive. Prostate, they get their PSA checked, which... Okay, that's another story. Then they end up going for prostate biopsy. It often comes back cancer. Quite painful. Nobody wants, they do a sextant biopsy. 2 cores in the upper, so-called quadrant sextant, 2 cores in the middle, 2 cores in the bottom. That can injure the prostatic nerves, cause impotence. Usually it doesn't, but it can. It can be quite painful. Prostate surgery certainly can be very painful. It can often lead to impotence, sometimes incontinence. Pills for all this stuff. Depression, pills for that. And then their coronary artery disease is catching up with them. They get a stent typically first, put on some medications. Then they go for bypass surgery because they got distal disease. You can't stent it. Now their heart doesn't have enough blood flow and it causes arrhythmias, get a pacemaker. Then they're ischemic congestive heart failure, ischemic cardiomyopathy, more pills for that. By the way, by this time, they're quite often cognitively impaired, if not much sooner, especially from the diabetes, the hypertension, causing all the silent strokes. So basically, they end up bankrupt, fat, impotent, cognitively impaired, and have an early death. Okay, so, it's a stupid choice to go down that path. You don't have to. But watch out for everything in moderation, good fats, all that stuff. That's sort of, I believe, major contributors to ending up that way. So, the good news is, it's not inevitable. That's it.